Welcome to Sneem St. Patrick's Day Parade 2021.
Muintir na snáma, sibse atá anseo go lán aimsire, agus sibse atá scapathe ar fud an dahain. Ba bhailliomsa fáiltis fithe a chur roimh go léir go dtí our virtual St. Patrick's Day Parade is Sneem im Líne. Agus tá súla agam go minic sibh go léir sult as. I would like to welcome all the people from Sneem and of course from the neighbouring areas of Castle Cove, Daniel, Tahala and Blackwater to our virtual parade in Sneem in 2021. It's an awful lot different to the usual parades, but this year, of course, everything is different anyhow, and the people of Sneem decided that they would certainly not surrender totally to the COVID-19 pandemic. Accordingly, we have this lovely video presentation. This is due to the great spirit shown by many people from our community, and they decided that it was still important, despite all our difficulties, to keep the show on the road. Now, as a reminder of our usual parades, here's a quick look at some of the fun we got up to in the past. Now this year we asked people to send in their videos and their photographs so as to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So sit back and enjoy the great efforts that people went to.
Rockin' all over the world. Come on, baby, light that fire.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Hello everyone from sunny Gibraltar. Thinking of you all at home and looking forward to this time next year when we can all celebrate together. But for now, I'll be having one of these for every single one of you at home this year. Bye!
Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. I'm begging of you, please don't hesitate. Vaccine, 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 vaccine. 'Cause once you're dead, then it's a bit too late.
Hello from Scotland to all the Sneem people at home and abroad. St. Patrick's Day by Jan Blewett. There's an isle, a green isle, set in the sea. Here's to the saints that blessed it, and here's to the billows wild and free that for centuries have caressed it. Here's to the day when the men that roam send longing eyes o'er the water. Here's to the land that still spells home to each loyal son and daughter. Here's to old Ireland, fair I ween, with the blue skies stretched above her. Here's to the shamrock, warm and green, and here's to the hearts that love her.
St. Patrick, save thee from Satan, and I'm going to save thee from the coronavirus.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from the Black Shop!
Happy St. Patrick's Day from Valencia.
Happy St. Patrick's I don't see anyone at this parade at all. Here's for a bigger crowd on St. Patrick's Day 2022.
Slow check.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from Bulgaria!
Woo!
Happy St. Patrick's Day from Poland!
There's a sweet garden spot in my memory. It's the place I was born and reared. 'Tis a long years ago since we left it, but return there we will live first met. Our friends and companions of childhood would gather each night round the score, round Dan Murphy's shop, and how often we stopped at the stone outside Dan Murphy's door.
Now, despite the fact that our local national school children here have only returned to classes this week, they still have put in a great effort so as to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And after a hard week of rehearsals behind them, here now are the children from the Sneem, Daniel and Tahala National Schools.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze
na glúna. Síos na glúna. Lábhas na clúsa. Lábhas na clúsa. Búlabus. Búlabus. Ladies do it. Taran Lord, Taran Luer, Taran Clwr, Dois Clwr, and first, Léir dear, O Léir a Pwll Léirin, Era, Era, le Céda Iosifart, Gúnan, le Gúlan, Sgargomeet le Naharin. Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Now next, I would like to introduce you to a man who is synonymous with the village of Sneem for well over a half century at this stage. As a former principal and teacher in Sneem National School, he has imparted many words of wisdom and knowledge to lots of his former past pupils. Following his retirement in the mid-1990s, he has regaled many people, both in Ireland, in the US and indeed elsewhere throughout the world, with many great stories and tall tales as he established himself as one of Ireland's top Shanachrees. Here's our one and only Backburns.
Fhéile Pádraig, sona daoibh léir. My friends, happy St. Patrick's Day, and as you can see, I have already my shamrock up, and I hope that everybody is going to wear the shamrock on St. Patrick's Day. For me, thinking back over St. Patrick's Day of old, many memories come flooding back to me, and one of the longest memories in my head is picking shamrock with my grandmother. She lived 4 miles out the road. I spent a lot of time in her house and with my grandfather. And she was picking shamrock to send to her sons and daughters who were scattered in England and America. I went off myself one morning and decided that I'd pick some more, and of course I ended up coming in with a bunch of clover. So I learned very quickly the difference between shamrock and clover. And talking about shamrock and clover, in the world of botany, the shamrock is a clover, but all clovers are not shamrocks. A three-leaved clover is a shamrock. Now let me tell you about one old custom that it certainly wasn't still going strong in Sneem in my young days, but I believe further back, was drowning the shamrock. Many people still talk about drowning the shamrock. That saying is not gone out of fashion totally yet. So where did this tradition originate? Well, evidently, when you were finished your drinking for the day and coming to the last drink, it could be a whiskey, you put a little bit of the shamrock, dropped it into the whiskey. If it was a beer, you'd have to drop a pretty big sprig, bigger than what I'm wearing here now at the moment. Drink your drink, and the residue, the shamrock in the bottom, you picked that out and you tossed it over your left shoulder. That was known as drowning the shamrock. We always had colourful characters around Sneem, men who could give you a good answer. There's a story told about a sheep farmer from the west. He set out for the fair in Sneem on St. Patrick's Day. Now, of course, it was a cattle fair and a sheep fair. If you can visualise our two beautiful greens today, and having a whole lot of sheep and cattle in both of the greens, North Square and South Square, it wouldn't go down very well with Tidy Towns Committee at the present time. But getting back to this sheep farmer, he was bringing his sheep in, probably 20 or 30 sheep, and he was having a very bad day. He was late rounding up the sheep west. He had a pretty good dog, but the dog wasn't working well on this particular morning. Now, he was bringing them along the main road. That was quite usual at that time, to see people bringing sheep along the main road, or indeed cattle. But an American visitor from Texas and his wife happened to be doing the Ring of Kerry early on that St. Patrick's morning. And they came across this scene. of sheep on the road, and with the sheep farmer trying to herd them. Of course, they stopped. The Texan jumped out with his big wide-brimmed hat, got his camera, rushed up behind the farmer and said, "Would you mind if I take a picture?" And the farmer said, "You can if you take it fast." So he took the picture, but he had another question. He says, "Before you run away," he says, "and tend your sheep, you tell me, why are all those colours on the sheep?" "Ah, them colours are my colours to distinguish them from my next door neighbour." And the Texan said, "Can I have one last question? How do you count your sheep?" "Oh, holy Jerusalem, we count their legs and divide by 4. Well, that was a sample of one of the old stories that I remember from around the time of St. Patrick's Day.
Finally, we'd like to thank you all very much for watching our 2021 virtual St. Patrick's Day parade. And we look forward very much indeed to having you all back here in the streets of Sneem in the not too distant future. Now I'm going to leave the final word on St. Patrick's Day parade activities to our very, very popular PP, Father Liam O'Brien. But before that, just to thank the organising committee for this video presentation, and in particular, I would like to thank the man behind the camera, Brendan Galvin of Glenlock, Sneem.
Good morning everyone, or good afternoon, or good night, depending on what time you are sharing with me. I'm Father Liam O'Brien. I'm the priest here in Sneem and Fhéile Parish, and I'd just like to share with you the greetings of St. Patrick's Day. People of Sneem and Fhéile living in our parish at present, of course, and in the many people from our parish, or immigrants we might call you, living around the world. Some of you there for a lifetime, some of you there only in recent times. Again, part of our community and our thoughts today. But also I want to say greetings to all who might be sharing this today. The families and the friends that I have, and that all others have, in different places, different counties, different countries. On our home, your blessing, Lord. On our home, your blessing send. St. Patrick, pray for us. Have a nice day. Take care. Stay safe. Keep in touch with home. God bless you all.